Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. I think there's a common misconception that when a boy turns 18, he automatically becomes a man and he's ready to take on the world. I mean, in theory, it makes sense. You can enlist in the military and go to war. Any laws you break, you're tried as an adult. You know, it's technically by society's standards, you are an adult male now. You're a man, but that wasn't the case for me.
You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
I don't think I truly became a man until I was 28. I was just a boy trying to find his way to becoming a man. 28, I found myself getting kicked out of the house I was living in with a friend. Middle of the night, nowhere to go, so I went to the gym I was working at, managing. I had already quit the fire service at this point. Without hesitation, without calling someone, without panicking, I went to the gym and I slept on a couch in a back room that 4 months earlier there had been a fire in. And it was a 24-hour gym, so it's not like there was people there. It was fully operational. The next day I moved all my stuff out of her house and I decided I was going to live in the gym. Bodybuilding for me is a way of life. It's become a discipline that I've integrated into, how I live my day to day. I'm very routine, very structured. My days need purpose that I can quantify progression from. Without being able to measure progression, I get lost in life. And the only few years of my life that I can think back on that I didn't really have anything that I was striving to get better at day to day were probably some of the worst years of my life as far as like what was I accomplishing, who was I hanging out with, what kind of decisions was I making. A lot of poor choices were during those years, and it's because I didn't have a concrete goal. Within that, bodybuilding is also a product of my love for training. I'm 32 years old. I started training when I was 12, so this year marks 20 years of training, 2 decades of never missing a week in the gym of my life. So just pushing my body to new limitations and breaking through those limitations and living my life in that manner that I don't have limitations is part of who I am. And I think the ability to do that and learn what you're made of and learn that there really is nothing that you can't do if your mind is strong enough to lead your body through that, that's been my passion. And then bodybuilding became a product of that 10 years ago. And then now it's this whole encompassing lifestyle. It's this discipline that led me to finding stoicism and living my life as a stoic, and all these little things that have affected the trajectory of my life all wouldn't have been possible without, in 2014 walking into South Lyon Powerhouse and meeting my eventual first coach, who led me to the stage for my first show 13 weeks after I met him. And from there, I still have more to give. I still have a desire I haven't accomplished the vision for my physique that I know is possible. So there's a drive in me. That's why I live my life as I do. All the decisions I do, moving from Detroit to Arizona was to pursue bodybuilding. Quitting the fire service to work for myself was to become a better bodybuilder. Every single little thing that I've done has been to leverage being a better bodybuilder because of this vision that really only I can see. And then, you know, you share that vision with others and they start to see it. And the first night there, I sat with myself and I realized, you know, I'm 28 years old. I'm living in the back of a gym. I thought back to, you know, graduation day of high school 10 years earlier. Like, I don't think anybody sees that type of future for themselves or has the ability to. But in that moment, I was able to tap into it could be worse. And that thought carried me. I lived in the gym for 2 months. And then truly that was my greatest experience. That was my catapult to becoming a man, because it was me. It was on me. No one was coming to save me. And I think when any boy trying to become a man realizes that it's this world does not care about your backstory. They don't care about what happens to you. They don't care about what you might be going through, your mental state, none of that. I think when you realize that and you stop having pity party for yourself and you just take matters into your own hands to make it happen, you become powerful. You ascend to a new level. My why, I feel like, is continuously evolving. So in the beginning with bodybuilding, it's all about me. It's self-centered. It's, you know, I'm 23. I find this thing that I can excel at and pursue with my best ability every single day and create this system that allows me to focus on getting better in every little facet, every little day, or every day. And it's all about me. When I became a coach and I started doing that full time, that's when I realized my why is also to lead. My part of my purpose here on this earth, and I think a lot of people go their whole lives without ever knowing what their purpose is, and I truly feel bad for those people, and I encourage them to seek it, to find out what your purpose is. But I was born to lead. I was born to not necessarily inspire, but I was born to create a way for others to feed off my passion and put it towards their own passion or their own endeavors. So coaching is an art to me. It's not just like knowledge and X's and O's and telling people to eat egg whites and chicken and, you know, add more cardio. It's dealing with the psychological makeup of an individual, figuring out what their traumas are, what their issues are, why they can't make progress, why they can't achieve a goal, and then giving them the tools to do so. Now, that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, definitely applies to coaching. But at the same time, I think about all the people along my way, all the different coaches, even if it was someone I met just in passing who might have had one little bit of advice or one little thing they said to me that for whatever reason I still remember to this day. That's the type of impact I can have as a coach. Is I could change the trajectory of someone's life just like other people have changed the trajectory of mine. So when your why becomes bigger than you get better. It's a cheat code to getting better. When it was just about me, you know, I was somewhere in here. When it became about helping others and providing a service for others to get better and progress, and I was sharing my passion towards progression with others, then my why exploded and it evolved. And that's where I am today is, you know, I want to impact as many people as I can. I want to develop my brand and to develop the morals behind the brand and really expand on that and take this thing as big as I can. And I'm grateful that I have the platform and the ability to do so. And I'm also, I can look back and almost with a nostalgia of like admiration that I'm really stoked and just really almost empowered that I took a chance I took a chance quitting a career. I took a chance moving out west with just $3,000 in my account and no plan, nowhere to go. I didn't even have a place to move into. I stayed in a hotel for 2 months. I'm glad that I took a chance and bet it all on myself, because had I not, I would have never tapped into what my true purpose is. I would have never found my calling. I wouldn't be able to know what true passion feels like, and to be jerked out of bed in the morning by that passion, and to have that passion make you work until you have to staple your eyelids open at night because you don't want to stop working type passion. I'm really grateful that I took a chance on myself, and I continue taking chances on myself every day. And that's the impact I want to have, is to let others know that they're the creator of their reality.
And I'm here to tell you today, if you somebody came in my office the other day crying. I said, look, don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me. I'm here to tell you today that you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flips, you can be excited when we give away money. But listen to me, you'll never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do.
And for me, it was living in the gym became a means to survival of like, how can I still bodybuild with this circumstance? How can I play this hand? You know, from there, within 10 weeks of getting kicked out of that living situation, living in the gym, I was on my way to Arizona from Detroit, packed my car and headed west with no plan. And I remember making the decision to do that. I was at a gas station in Canada, and I was waiting for the fuel to pump. And right there, I just decided I'm gonna move. I'm moving. And it wasn't something I had to hem and haw over. It was more like I'm gonna do this. And I told my dad about a week later, and he said I would do it. I regret not doing it when I was your age, meaning not leaving Michigan. And right when he said that, I knew that I had to do it, because you can learn a lot from your parents or older people in general. And like, when you see regret in any way, shape, or form, it's a learning lesson, one that you don't have to repeat. So it was solidified. I was moving. 3 weeks later, I was on the road. Ended up in a hotel in an extended stay. And that became, you know, my place of operation, my base, all my stuff in boxes. I found a way to start bodybuilding as soon as I got to Scottsdale, Arizona. And I had goals for myself. I was gonna start a coaching business, which I'm not wearing the shirt, but Stiles Strength and Performance, that started. I was gonna start a coaching website. That's been up and running for a couple of years. And I was gonna start a YouTube channel, which you're watching the YouTube channel right now, and KJ's behind the camera making all this happen. So I had achieved every goal I set out to do when I moved to Arizona and beyond. But living in that hotel became another experience in itself, of just all the while people, you know, can look inward and see how you're living your life. And it's like you're in your late 20s, you're living in a hotel, you're living out of boxes. You don't have a house, you don't have a couch, you don't even have a bed at this point. And a lot of judgment can come from that, from the outside looking in, and that's okay. It never affected me. It never bothered me, because in the end, I know that I'm a grinder. I know that whenever I put my mind to something, it will get done. However that has to happen. So what I'm getting at is, you have to know where you've been to know where you're going. And for me, you know, with my expectations of myself on the stage this season and with my business this year in 2023, it's all been built for years and years and years. It's not a matter of like, in 2023, I will do this. So any wins that come, any good placings that come, any accolades I get through bodybuilding, any amount of money I make from my business, that is not by chance. That's not dumb luck. That's because in 2019, I lived in a gym. And then I moved to Arizona and lived in a hotel. And then I went through, you know, the pandemic and made it through that and didn't have to move back or get money or get help or fall on my face then. And because in 2021, I stuck out my prep, despite Dusty getting sick and me having to, you know, self-prep and get myself to the stage. And then I took the time the rest of 2021 and all of 2022 off to make the improvements to come back. And I linked up with Dom, who's now coaching me, and all of these things like domino effect have happened in order to get me here. So my expectations, I can't even really say I have any, because I replaced that word with belief. It's just an insane belief in myself to keep grinding, to keep showing up every day, and to never let life win. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what gets thrown my way, I will always keep showing up and keep my head down and my eyes forward. And that kind of mindset, you know, 6 days out from a show, from the first one of the season, is one I've never even come close to having. It's usually just this one-dimensional tunnel vision on the show itself. And where I'm at now is more like it's a stepping stone of a bigger picture. Like, I'm not just focused on 2023. I got eyes in 2024. In my business, I have eyes, you know, 2025, 26, 20. There's just a bigger picture that I'm working towards always. And it's a vision I can see, and maybe I've shared parts of with other people just so they can help facilitate and lend aid in helping me grow it. But at the end of the day, I am not here because of chance or dumb luck. I am here because of stubborn persistence to not quit, and because I have a passion for bodybuilding and self-improvement and getting better. I have a passion for coaching. I have a passion for leading others. I have a passion to, you know, lead from the front. So would I want any of my clients to quit if life gets hard? Would I want them to roll over? No. And I can't want that for them if I am doing those things. So expectation wise, it's so much bigger than like, I'm going to win this show, and then everything's going to be great because I won that show. My expectations are multi-year, and this show, the very first show of the season, that's in 6 days, is just a stepping stone to bigger things.